Hi everyone, my name is Christina Loback and I am an immigration lawyer at Spousal Legal. Welcome to our video series on Canadian spousal sponsorship. In our last video, we reviewed the legal obligations of the sponsor when they sign the sponsorship undertaking. In this video, we will briefly discuss the forms. So as with all immigration applications, IRCC requires that a lot of forms be completed when applying for spousal, common law, or conjugal sponsorship. As of the date of this recording, about half of the forms must be completed as PDFs, while the other half are completed digitally on the IRCC Permanent Residence Application Portal. For the PDF forms, you always need to make sure that you download the most recent version of the form from the IRCC website. Forms that are completed digitally, again as of today's recording, include IMM 0008, 5669, 5406, and 5562. Now, 5562 isn't a required form for spousal sponsorship per the IRCC checklist, but due to a glitch in the portal, it does appear as required. Different lawyers handle this differently, largely based on the preference of their clients. So 0008 is a digital form that gathers personal information about the principal applicant. Now, remember, the principal applicant is the person who's being sponsored. This form also gathers personal information about any dependents of the principal applicant. 5406 is a digital form that asks for additional information pertaining to the principal applicant's family, parents, siblings, and children. You'll need to know information such as residential addresses and email addresses in order to complete this form. 5669 is the Schedule A background declaration form. It's a digital form that asks for more information on the principal applicant. The questions seek information on personal details such as your parents, your educational history, and associations with organizations. Now, currently, this form has very short character limitations, which IRCC acknowledges is a glitch. Fixing it is on their to-do list, but in the meantime, we always pretty well need to include an addendum to provide the full information requested on the form. 5532 is the Relationship Information and Sponsorship Evaluation form. It's a PDF form that needs to be completed by both the sponsor and the principal applicant. Part A relates to the sponsor and asks questions about their employment history, income, education, previous sponsorships, previous relationships, and address history. Part B asks questions about the principal applicant's other relatives and previous relationships. Part C focuses on the relationship itself. How the couple met, whether they were introduced by someone, how they communicate, details on their wedding or other ceremonies, etc. 1344 is a PDF form that assesses the sponsor's eligibility. For more information on sponsor eligibility, check out our previous video on the topic. Most of the questions on this form assess these requirements, as well as reasons why the person may not be eligible to sponsor. For example, if they themselves were previously sponsored within the previous 5 years. Again, we touch on that in a previous video. And finally, 5533 is a PDF form and the document checklist. This must be completed and uploaded with the application, even though I kind of feel like it's an extra step and a huge waste of time. Write on the form as needed. For example, if you didn't include something on the checklist because it doesn't apply to your situation, indicate NA or not applicable. And then finally, 5476 is the use of representative form. This form must be completed and submitted if someone's representing you, usually a lawyer or an immigration consultant. It's the form that grants consent to the government to communicate with your representative on your file. If someone is representing you and this form isn't completed, your file can actually be returned as incomplete. Hopefully this overview on forms was helpful. For more information on our Canadian spousal sponsorship services, visit www.csulegal.com.